and welcome to my save. This is my dare to win save with Blackburn, a Team 2, and we're in the Championship. And tonight is a special night. It's a Sky Bet Championship playoff final. Um, we had a bit of a torrid run-in. As you can see from sort of, what's this, mid-February, we just didn't deserve to get promoted. We were looking quite good. We were second or third in the league here. We weren't really ever pushing for the title. We did hit the top a couple of times, but we were always 3 or 4 points, or the team below us had a couple of games in hand when we did get to the top. And I don't know what happened, guys. The wheels fell off. I'm pretty sure it was to do with the FA Cup. Couple of games before the FA Cup, then we'd win in the FA Cup, we'd lose a few games, win a few games. FA Cup, Liverpool away, I don't know what the players or anybody was expecting, but it totally destroyed our run-in. We managed to get a few results against really poor teams. The team we're playing today, we've beaten 2-0 away from home, played them off the park. So sorry, I thought we were playing Cardiff. It's Coventry, isn't it? Got my leg over there, sorry guys, it's Coventry, so let's look back for the Coventry game, because I'm pretty sure we've had a good season against Coventry as well. Drew at home. For some reason I've had it in my head all day and we lost, so we haven't got a great thing against Coventry. I played the semi-final last night against Stoke. Been to work on a 12-hour shift today, really looking forward to tonight against Cardiff in the final, and it's Coventry. So that's what 12-hour shifts do to you. But anyway, we can only beat the team in front of us, can't we? So let's look at the team. So it's Blackburn v Coventry at Wembley in what's known as one of the richest games in football because of the treasure trove of cash and payments that you get when you're a Premiership side. Team, Joel's injured. He's coming out. I'm going to chuck Mr. Soto in up front. I'm not going to try anything fancy. I'm going to go with an extra midfield player there. I've got Enrique as backup striker and Gordon. In fact, do you know what? I'm really tempted to do this for this final. I think we're stronger. I think Nonto's in form. Let's have a look. So anyway, team today then is going to be Boyce Clark, Elliots and Phillips, Bitsiabu and Midros across the back four. Bordadagu is going to play as a holding midfield player, ball-winning midfielder. 18 aggression. I worry, but ayo. Clarkson, he's going to be our playmaking central midfield player. Okay. And the only reason he's not, he could actually be playing as advanced playmaker. In fact, I might go for that and get him on the attack, get him forward a bit, get him in amongst this, get him into this area here and see what he does in the final. Vachon is our deep line playmaker. Teklik and Gordon out wide, and Nonto today promoted up front again. He hasn't really performed for us up front, but with the injuries he gets a run out and it's a chance to make a name for himself, isn't it? Let's see if he's a big game player. So yeah, we're at Wembley. Never press. Why would you never press somebody with the ball? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go with that, I think. And then because it's a final, we're going to give him a little bit of a talking to. This is one game a season that you can afford to invest in the players. Wembley should be packed to the rafters. And here we go. No changes to the way we're playing. We've played positive nearly all season, or attacking. I'm not going to change that. That's the way I like to play. They've got an injury straight away, so their team is obviously weakened from what the manager thought was their best team. I'm just glad they're playing an attacking game rather than having the 8 players in their own half there. But yeah, midway through the first half, not a highlight, and there you go. As soon as you click, it's like a sign to this game to give it a highlight. And we've headed that clear. That's why we've changed the back four to get taller players in so that we've got more chance of... what is my goalie doing there? Did he forget he had arms? Did he just try and dive and head that? It honestly looked like he dived with his arms tucked into his body. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and that he's going to now prove me wrong and he was full stretch. Oh, okay, well, no, it's not the end of the world. It's early doors, as you'll say. I'd rather concede in the 24th minute than the 94th minute for sure. So here we go then. We're going to start and rebuild. Bichiabu. Two central defenders. Since I made the change, I brought. Oh, that was awful. I brought Bichiabu in. And that's just perfection. I thought the ball forward was woeful, and it's turned out to be the best assist of the season. Gordon, who I nearly left on the bench, has come in and scored a cracker. What is that goalie doing? Because he was in his box when he headed that one. And what a first time finish by Gordon to level this up. And that is worthy of winning this final on its own. So anyway, that's good. So we're back on level terms in 34 minutes. And let's make a game of this. Medros wins the ball. Bichiabu, Phillips, Bordadagu, Vachin. We play the ball so nice when we try. We do really do, and Gordon should be buzzing now. And Nonto's through, 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's got to tuck this away, and it's scrambled behind somehow by either the goalie or a mixture of the goalie and the defender. So that's okay. We've got a corner, and we do invest in a corner with the big guys, and the goalie comes out and just practices his catching. Pity he hadn't done that for them in the corner, wouldn't it? But I'm not complaining. So we're approaching half time. It's 1-1. Pretty evenly matched, guys, I think, overall. So we're going to get in a dressing room. We're going to point the finger. And I'm going to actually tell them, looking at these ratings, that I'm not happy, that I want more. The goalie, he can be a bit upset, but I'll give him a bit of a separate chat to here and try and get him back on side. I don't think I'm going to, am I? He's looking stressed and he's not happy. Okay, Mr. Goalie, that's up to you. And 6.4 Clarkson in the more attacking position isn't enjoying it, is he? But there's the turn down. No, Gordon got beaten to it. And Phillips gets up and wins it well. Bordadagu back to Ellison. They'll be giving it away there, my boy. That's it. Phillips, Clarkson again. Oh, what is that? What did I say before the game? And it's a straight red card. What did I say before the game I was worried about? That there. Oh dear. So, Nonto's not doing it, is he? And I don't want to take him off. I really don't want to take him off, but he's just not performing. Clarkson's not performing, so he can come off, and I'm going to give Travis a run in there, but I'm not going to put him deep lying. He can be ball winning. I don't think I've got a ball winning, have I? No, because he's gone. Oh, what do I do, guys? Oh, what did that go there? What do I do here, guys? It's not really, unless I drop Gordon or Teklik into the middle and push Gordon up front and do so that we've got more attacking options and do that. Right, let's try it. Let's see what's going to happen. So it's 1-1. Game's not over yet. I'm going to encourage, I'm actually going to demand more because we do need to up our game. They've got a corner here. We need to defend this. Keeper comes out, redeems himself for what I think was his mistake on the goal by not getting anything on the ball. And now he's gone long. We don't play long football, especially when we're a man down. And it's straight back at us. And again, I'm sorry, but that is goalkeeping error. We don't play long football. We don't play the long ball over the top like that. We build from the back. And it's almost like we've got that built-in self-destruct. That is awful. Oh dear. And the defenders didn't come back with him, and we just haven't done anything, have we? We haven't even tried. So I've got no option now. I'm down to 10 men. I've got to. What can I do? I've got to attack. Edozie, and we're going to go even further. Oh, that's over the top. And I've got 67 minutes on the clock, so we are actually going to make a full set of changes now. Nonto's playing like he shouldn't even be on the pitch, so he won't be. Medeiros doesn't want to play. And apart from then, the rest are sort of putting okay performances in. There is nobody here I really want to bring on, guys. So that's going to be it. And this is a team that's going to define our season. Travis wins the ball. Plays it across, and Vachin just stood there waiting for the ball to get to him. What the heck? And again, oh, it's wide. That annoys me with this game. You play a pass and the player just stands their hands on hips and saying, well, it's not on a silver plate. Oh, and Edson got right under that, didn't he? Got muscled off a ball and that. Oh, they've hit the post. Which tells me that maybe it might just be our day. Come on, guys. We're going to have to really go for this last 10 minutes. I might as well lose 3-1 as lose 2-1, hadn't I? And we've got to go down fighting. So Elliotson plays a long ball in behind. Soto made no attempt to get there. And it's just not going to happen, is it? We're going out with a little bit of a spit and a fizzle, aren't we? Rather than... And that's it. That's... lights out, guys. Oh, because my central defender... I don't know what to say, guys. I'm gutted. I am. I thought we were going to make a beef for this today, and we've gone out with a complete whimper, haven't we? Which, if I hold my hands up, I'm not really completely surprised about, because you're going to have to stay on, Mr. Medros. Which I'm not completely surprised about, because we have been woeful second half of the season. Players just haven't turned up, and I'm really, this player isn't going to be here next season. I thought I'd put a bit of a magical coup with buying him, but I think he's out. You can't be doing things like that in a final like this, and he's going to be a liability every time we have a big game, isn't he? What's Teklik doing? He doesn't want to play there, does he? Why did I mess that up then? That's alright. So yeah, that's the final changes. Last roll of the dice. We're going to demand more for the last couple of minutes, but that's the end of the game, guys, to be honest. I'm disappointed. Deflated. That was awful. It wasn't, was it? I was trying to sort of find a way of letting the player save face. Yeah, and that's probably the one. And then I could go individual with this guy who's going on the side. That's unacceptable. And he's fired up. So what's he going to do? Go and kick somebody else? Annoyed. Annoyed, disappointed, frustrated, deflated. I could just reel off the words all night about how I feel. So let's just quickly get through to see what our we've got 4.82 million. That's a payment for the being a Premiership side a couple of seasons ago. I just want to see what our budgets are now. Now that we're staying in Championship, I'm not expecting much of a transfer budget. I'm hoping the wage budget will stay at around 1.2, 1.3 million. Financial wise, at the moment, I've got 1.4. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't drop that a little bit, because I'm only spending 972 next season, and I've got 27. They've given, oh, this has got to be here then, hasn't it? So that's what I'm getting. Squad planning next season, I'll have a look at that later. Blackburn, Portsmouth, Fernandez. How much do I get for that? Nothing. Thought I might get a payment. Sorry, gents, I've got sidetracked a little bit there. And there you are. I thought when I said a 27 million, I sort of know now already, don't I? So the wage budget stayed at 1.4 million, and the transfer budget's 27.1, which I'm. If you look at the finances, I've only got 7 million in the bank, and they're giving me 27 million to spend. So they're quite happy for us to get a bit of a deficit going on the money. It's not too bad as things stand, is it? 14 million. Um, right, guys, I'm going to fast forward. In fact, let's see. It should be here soon, shouldn't it? The season review. So we'll have a quick look. Try and get to the season review. I don't know whether I have to get to the end of the planned training. Go away, Coventry. I don't like you. Unless you come and ask me to be your manager next season. So here we are then. We're on the season review. So this will wrap up the episode nicely. So new arrivals. Taking a bit of time to load up here. I thought I clicked it. I did. So star signing Alan Carlson. The two goalkeepers battled away all season, didn't they, for first team keeper? I wish I'd gone with this guy now a little bit more. I thought Boyce Clark was the one. And in fairness, both of them went off form towards the end of the season. You've been watching the episodes, you know I've been bragging them up all year, rotating them round. Boyce Clark sort of stepped up and done the business. Serafini, he's on loan, he'll be gone. Bitshabu, bit part player start of the season. A second half of the season with the defensive woes we've been having, he's come back in and made a beef of it. He's done all right. He scored us 2 goals. Vachan, Borussia Dortmund. I honestly thought this guy was going to hit on this season. 6.94 suggests that he hasn't really, doesn't it? 6 goals he's been involved in from 42 games. I don't think that's a good enough return for an attacking midfield player, to be honest. Especially when you look at his stats as a championship player, he should have got more than that. Gordon really can't complain. 23 starts, 11, been involved in 14 goals, 17 for the bench. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Vergara, he was a cracking centre half when he first came to the club. It's the number of games he's played. He suffered towards the end because of our defensive frailties, and I just went with taller players. No other reason. I wanted somebody that was 6'5" and had an 18 jumping reach in rather than this guy. I may have to look at sort of retraining him into the midfield, I think, but then again his passing's not good enough for that, so I don't know. He could be one that moves on. He's not tall enough for what I want. Sousa didn't really get many chances. We brought him in as cover, and that's all he's been really, to be honest, so he's probably going to be on his way. Curly, I've had loads of grief off Pep for not playing him. He's had 16 starts though, so I don't really see, he's on loan. And there, Flavio didn't really get a lot. Every time he came on, he let me. Sorry, that's Finley Burns. Every time he came on, his passing was woeful. He's got good physical stats, but the rest of it is just. And he's 4-star potential, but he maybe needs to go out on loan for a season. Finley Burns, 24. Centre half, paid the price of the fact that I had other players here, even though he's 6'5" and 18. He never really fitted into my plans, and I don't know why I didn't pick him, in all fairness. He's good enough to play, isn't he? Medeiros, fullback. He had a good season, but then he went off. He started on fire, and he's played, as you can see. He's been in his team the whole season. Involved in 3 goals, 6.8, not good enough. Joel, he's only been with us for 22 games, 12 goals he's been involved in. I'm quite happy with that for a first season. He's only just learnt the lingo, and I think he's one for the future. Keep an eye on him. Alcaraz, he was brought in as a striker, but he wanted to play midfield. He's got cracking stats. Maybe I need to work him into the midfield, or cash in and get a couple more youngsters in. Dalton's go in, obviously back. I'm not going to look to bring any of these in permanent. DeFeo, disappointed with him. Sergio, too young, didn't do anything. Maybe he needs to go out on loan. He's one for the future, maybe. Elaine, I brought him as centre half. When he had his chance, he had a few games. He just didn't do anything. Made a couple of mistakes. Soto, he came in as a striker, even though he says he's a striker. He was the first one we brought in. He did okay, but he wasn't what we were looking for. Borodau, I'm not even going to talk about him. He'll be gone by next season, hopefully. I'm still annoyed with him. I need to go away and have a stiff drink and then think on whether I'm going to keep him or get rid of him. I might cash him on him. What did I pay for him? I paid quite a bit for him, I think. No, 15. I might make a couple of quid out of him. So yeah, sorry guys, I've clicked the wrong bit, haven't I now? Oh, and I'm making a mess of this now. That's how annoyed I am at the moment, I'm afraid, guys. Where's my season review gone? Yeah, so that was the players. Transfers out. We got rid of everybody that didn't want to be here. Balde didn't want to sell him. Didn't enjoy not being in the team and kicked up a bit of a stink. So he had to go. Parrott was never really. He was the only out and out striker we had when I joined the club. He didn't do anything for me. 18 goals. That was before I joined the club, by the way. Ickman, Leonard, I got rid of. He was playing up front for me last season a bit. Ollie Anaka, he wanted away as soon as I got here because we've been relegated. So did Henderson, so did Canos, so did Biom, so did Mitri. Yeah, the goalkeeper. They all wanted away. Buckley, he was actually going to be my centre midfield this season. We had an offer for Sheffield United, 20 million quid. Couldn't turn it down. Glakamakis was our striker as well last season, but I never took a shine into him, and he's too old, so we got shot of him. And that's pretty much that for that. We've had a few other players that went out on loan that want to leave the club because we're not a Premiership club. So we've ended up fifth. Not a bad season. Board wanted us to finish mid-table. We finished fifth. I'm happy with that. Okay, we had a good cracking season up until we done well in the FA Cup, and then from there on, once Liverpool beat us, it just went downhill. It just never ever picked up again, and you'll see here now, we're really well up until March, end of February, March. It just fell apart. We had a good cup run, beat Queens Park Rangers, and then the season fell off. So that's okay. Carabao Cup, we did okay in that. We beat the teams we should have. Maybe not Bolton, but we did all right. We did okay. Moments to remember then. Biggest win 4-0 against Sunderland. Match to remember 4-2 in the FA Cup against Stoke. We were actually 4-0 up, and I think they came back and scored 2 goals after I rotated players out to rest. And then in the Championship, goal of the season. Yeah, for Gordon. Money wise, we've got no improvement on our club reputation, no new sponsorship deals. Sponsorship's actually gone up by 0.01. Not great. Broadcast revenue's gone down, which I'm surprised at because we had a better season this season. We had a good cup run, we had a good league run, so I'm surprised at that. Corporate hospitality's a bit of an increase there. Competition prize money is a bit of an increase, and match day commercial. Shirt wise, Nonto, Teklik, Gordon, Iland, and Alcaraz, top 5 shirts. 9,000 shirts sold in total. That's good. How they lined up, that is pretty much the team as it was. Perhaps not Soto here, but Boyce Clark ended up my first choice goalie, 7.23. That's why. Ellets and Phillips, Vergara and Medeiros across the back four. He lost out simply because I wanted more height in the back four. Clarkson was holding midfield. I did swap these around because I thought it worked better. With hindsight, I wish I'd left him up there rather than having him as the ball-winning player here. Teklik and Nonto, and I actually made the move because Clarkson got sent off 2 games on a trot. He got sent off, 3-match ban. First game back, sent off, 3-match ban. So when he came back again, I moved him forward. Teklik and Nonto out wide. That's about right. And Soto was up front for the start of the season, but not towards the end. 60 years old, oh my god. Club awards then. Conan Boyce Clark was the fans player of the season. Young player of the season, Ashley Phillips. He had a chance to leave for big money. I think it was Norwich or somebody, or it was a Premiership side, and he turned it down. Chose to stay with us, which I respect, and he'll be here next season. Carlson, signing of the season. They battled for the #1 shirt all season up until the end when I had to side with one because we were losing form on them. They were both dropping out of form, so I chose one. Kate Gordon, been spectacular since he signed for us. Nonto, that's our season, guys. There, we didn't have anybody knocking the ball in the net. Nonto from out wide scored 13, and that's our highest score. It's just not enough. We need a 30 goal striker, 30 goal a season striker, and we need him for next season. Clarkson, most assists. Uh, yeah, he's not a bad little midfield player, to be honest. Nonto, player of the match, 6. Boyce Clark, highest average rating. Ashley Phillips, passes. Centre half getting all those passes, it's a nothing stat for me because they just tap it 5 yards between each other, don't they, all game, as they do in real life. So it's the passing stat should be for forward passes, not side and back. Anyway, it was a good season. Let's not argue. I know I'm a bit flat today with the way we've lost the playoff final. But hey, we had a good season. It really was a good season. Okay, not a lot happened here, did it, since I joined, Um, and that's it, guys. So if you've enjoyed it, please leave us a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to go away now and have a stiff drink, calm down, and sort of try and work out this disappointment out of the system because this game does get to me like that at times. Um, yeah, and then I'm going to do the close season and we'll come back and do the transfer special and the first game of next season. Thank you for watching.